And welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to the MLS All Stars versus Arsenal FC in the 2023 MLS All Star Game. Arsenal going to be wearing their away kits again. The eyesores that are their away kits. The MLS are wearing black with red trimming, red and white trimming, I should say. Like that starburst that's red in the middle. Can't really tell, but still. Pretty much black and white. You think a jersey with like black streaks would be way more clashing than the red jersey, but okay. An actual under the pitch walkout. I think DC's always had that. How we doing, Winvo? Last night, of course, Arsenal won the skills challenge with Austin Trusty hitting the crossbar. How we doing, Rory? Hope you're doing better, man. But game's about to start. Chelsea winning. Of course they're beating Wrexham. I know Wrexham is the hot product, but Chelsea should be winning. Maybe I'll go watch that later on ESPN Plus. It should still be up as a video on demand, but I would have guessed Chelsea would win, so even then, don't spoil the final score, but, you know. But if we win versus Arsenal and Chelsea lose, and Arsenal fans will shit on them. Well, if Arsenal loses to MLS, that's probably more embarrassing to a European fan than Wrexham. But what do I know? Of course, tomorrow will be the League's Cup predictions. Friday will be Inter Miami versus Cruz Azul. Messi's debut in MLS. Well, League's Cup, but in an MLS shirt. In Miami, of course. Nobody cares about anything else that's happening that day. It's really just Miami, Cruz Azul. I got Orlando. I know you do. Because Orlando plays Santos that day, I think. If you're not a fan of a team that's playing that day that isn't Miami or Cruz Azul, you're probably watching that match. It's Houston. Can't help but feel like the individual top four MLS teams in each conference have a better chance of beating Arsenal than the All-Star team. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that's a good point, to be honest. Teams have walked out. They're either playing the anthems or about to hear the anthems. Then they'll kick off. MLS has won 4-1 against a Premier League club, but they've also got clobbered 4-0 by a Premier League club in All-Star games, of course. Hopefully this isn't that bad for MLS. Arsenal use their A team. I'd say they got a B- team starting this game. Something very respectable. They still have Ramsdale starting, the back four of Kiwior. They have Ben White on the other side, the center backs. William Saliba and Gabriel. They have Fabio Vieira starting, but Jorginho is starting as well. It's a B-. It's a B+ team, to be honest. Hopefully they don't have on-field goalkeeper interviews like they did in Atlanta. I don't think they would do that. I don't even think they've done that since. That MLS All-Star kit's pretty nice, though.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Man, what does that even say?
But, of course, are they singing the England anthem after? I don't know. Maybe they'll play God Save the King. I don't know. Remember when they let a goal in when they interviewed Ozan? Yep, I remember. Fubo TV isn't live streaming the All-Star Game because it's just on Apple TV. Now, the Arsenal kid is horrible.
What was that?
I guess it was a door. Like, I don't know what. Laura MLS, is Landon Donovan the best American player of all time? If not, who? I don't know. Christian Pulisic? Yeah, I would agree with that. Dempsey is better than Donovan, and Pulisic is better than both. I would agree with that. That's my answer. Robbie on Arsenal Fan TV loves the away kit. He must be blind. Must be blind. It's technically Pele, Maradona, or Messi because you know American can mean from the Americas. They mean MLS, American, U.S. player. Come on now. Starting 11, Roman Berkey. The back four, Alvaro Barreal, Walker Zimmerman, Jakob Glesnes, Ryan Hollingshead, Hani Mukhtar, El Brujo Martinez, Ricky Puig, Luciano Acosta, Christian Benteke, and Denny Bouanga for MLS. And they have a large bench. Of course, all these players will play that are on the bench on both sides because that's how this works. Aaron Ramsdale, the back four, Jacob Kiwior, Gabriel, William Saliba, Ben White, Fabio Vieira, Jorginho, Leandro Trossard, Gabriel Jesus, Bukayo Saka, and Eddie Nketiah.
So do they add in all the time for all these guys to get in at 30 seconds a pop?
No.
Oh.
They may just add a minute when it comes to that, but it's a friendly anyway. But, oh, look. On the bench is hit him with a Hein, Carl Hein. Hit him with the Hein.
Yeah.
Let's hope he makes a good save so we could use that call,
We'll see.
whether it's me or him. And Benteke's worse
Dates on there. That's cool.
because those are match facts, like MLS final or
Yep.
that's like a patch for. Sometimes they get those. How many Cokes do you drink a day? 3. Especially if it's cans. Roman Berkey starting goal for the MLS, the St. Louis keeper. Arguably the goalkeeper of the year. I say so. That is a nice keeper kit, the red kit. So I only have a couple of All-Stars on this team, and they're all St. Louis players. And I'm the one wearing a Toronto kit. I have an updated opinion on the new Venezia kit. I like it more than I did originally. Good. MLS All-Stars should regularly play top English teams, and Liga MX teams play top Spanish teams. We got to beat our colonizers for real. Or we go back to MLS versus Liga MX, and that decides who hosts the League's Cup final. I don't know. That sounds better to me, and we're off. MLS versus Arsenal. Arsenal wearing their ugly away kits. MLS wearing the black kits. On Sunday, I got messed up on the Kirkland Costco vodka. Highly recommended. Okay. Underway, yep. Arsenal didn't have the first couple of seconds, but they play it back to Ramsdale. And Benteke almost made him make a mistake.
He would have kept coming. He might
MLS might just have a chance. Plays forward. Oh. Arsenal gets it back, though. Oh, nice play there. MLS is starting to force some mistakes. I'm a little bit shocked, to be honest.
That's the way I want Toronto to play. Just a
I agree. Central American Club All-Stars would be cool, too. Yeah, I agree with that. What channel's the game on? Apple TV, of course. Playing at Audi Field in Washington, D.C. That's why Wayne Rooney's managing the All-Stars. Between Chelsea and Wrexham, does someone win a trophy? If you talk about this season, I think Wrexham is going up to League One, where that's automatic. Well, the only way to get a trophy is winning the league or winning the playoff, but I think they win the league. Chelsea, I say they win the Carabao Cup. I'll say Pochettino does enough to win them the Carabao Cup, but other than that, they ain't winning nothing. But it's better than last year, I guess. Wrexham wins the Papa John's trophy. Yeah, that's probably a good call, too. But I'd say both teams at least win one trophy. Chelsea's the way more speculative one, but still. Does someone win a trophy along with a Florida Cup? I think so, but nobody counts preseason trophies, except for banter reasons. Nobody wins a trophy for the All-Star Game, though, except the MVP. Bouanga. Denny Bouanga. Still, oh. Liga Tico All-Stars versus Liga MX All-Star. Who wins? Mexico. Liga MX. I like the Costa Rican league, but I think they're not deep enough. There could be moments where the Costa Ricans get a good moment, but they're not deep enough. They'll probably play their best players when the Mexicans play their best players and play a crap bench when the Mexicans play a somewhat okay bench. You have to go the other way around. Question is, do actual Arsenal fans from England actually care about this game? It would be sad if they cared about the skills challenge, but not this. Good play by MLS. They're playing forward. Cross. That's a corner. MLS gets the first corner of the game. Alvaro Barreal with his pace. Lovely. Hani Mukhtar played it in. Barreal. Oh, Mukhtar with a spin as well. Then the second ball. And then great pace by Barreal just to push on. Earns the corner. 3 minutes in for MLS. Takes the corner. Takes it short. Walker Zimmerman couldn't get a touch to it. How we doing, Ozan? But MLS still gets to recycle. El Brujo plays it forward to Denny Bouanga. El Brujo Martinez. Still El Brujo. Long ball. Starting 11 for MLS. Roman Berkey starts. The back four. Hollingshead. Walker Zimmerman. What gets more views, this or the Sidemen charity match? I would say this probably does. Like, as a match. This would, because this is the only thing I stream. I don't stream the Sidemen charity match. Barreal, good defensive play. Nice. Goal! Yeah, goal! Goal for Arsenal.
Then they go down.
Gabriel Jesus scores the goal for Arsenal. Out of nothing. Wow. What a goal by Gabriel Jesus.
He couldn't stop that. That was perfect.
What a placement by Gabriel Jesus in the 5th minute. I'm not surprised. 1-0 Arsenal. Ball played forward by Jorginho. And Bukayo Saka's on the ball. Saka crosses it in. Beats Barreal. It falls to Jesus, and he just chips Berkey.
Well, yeah, I mean,
that was pretty good.
Yep.
That's world class. Can't say it's not. Jesus was right there as the ball was blocked away, and he just chips.
That was perfect.
Yep.
It's little luck too,
But perfect. I mean, Gabriel Jesus is a Brazilian. I mean, who plays in the Premier League. I'm not surprised that would happen. World-class players versus mid-carders. That's true. Why wasn't Carlos Vela or Bale invited? Well, Bale retired. And Carlos Vela, well, I'm surprised he didn't get invited. What state is this in? It's in Washington, D.C., which isn't really a state. It's a district. You know, District of Columbia? Even though they want to make it a state, but I'm not going to get into the politics of D.C. statehood. That's wrong, Apple. It was Gabriel Jesus. Chiellini should have been there. And Richie Larea should have been there. I'd say one of those is a lot more correct than yours. Sadly enough, Richie Larea was on loan, so technically they probably wouldn't let him out of the loan or let him out of preseason over there to play All-Star game if he has went back before. Where's Vela, Insigne, Bernadeschi, and Herrera? Herrera's the only one that probably deserves to be there that isn't. I mean, Vela would have been there. I'm surprised he wasn't just there on name value, but I mean, his season ever since the CCL has been sort of crap. Bernadeschi and Insigne have sort of had good moments, but a crap season. Even I'm going to admit that it's probably fair that a Toronto player is not at the All-Star game. Like, Richie should have been there, but again, he was on loan, and his loan ended before the All-Star game. They wouldn't just send him back to play the All-Star game. Now, if the loan, that's probably why he didn't make it. So it's only fair Toronto doesn't have any players at the All-Star game. Coelho didn't play enough, even though I think he's that talented. Last year, I think we got a little bit screwed, but this year, in 2021, no. Juan Mosquera, he should have been there. Leo Chu should have been called. Now that's bias. Plays for MLS. Here's a chance. Cross in. Not far enough. Good clearance. I need to go to the oldest surviving McDonald's when I'm in Cali next year. They got a museum, replica, and working restaurant in the same plot of land. That sounds awesome. If I ever go to California, I guess I would have to check that out too. Downey, California. Is that close to LA or is that NorCal? I'm not completely sure. You think Bale's going to start playing golf now? He's already been playing Celebrity Pro-Ams. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, wait, LIV Golf merged with the PGA. If the PGA is paying out some big money, I think Bale will play a PGA Tour. Thoughts on Cristiano Ronaldo saying MLS is better or Saudi's better than MLS? He's wrong. He doesn't. He's talking out of his ass. Probably afraid of the bone saw too, but who am I kidding? Playing forward. Just play it to Denny. Offside.
What?
Offside.
What took so long to call it?
I don't know. I thought they'd let it play through and then find it, but okay. I didn't see no foul there. Let's see. Denny Bouanga versus Gabriel. Gabriel fell. Benteke was on. What are you talking about? What foul?
Well, maybe the little kick to the ankle. I don't know. Wow. They're going to nitpick this. What does this do for either one?
It's just an all-star friendly. It's a preseason friendly for Arsenal.
Why is the refs treatment like that? Does somebody get some big money if they win or something?
No. Like, the winner might get $1 million. I think there's some pot for winning, but there's no trophy. It's an all-star game friendly. They probably get paid in front to be there, to be honest. The MLSers probably get a bonus if they win, or a bigger bonus if they win, I would guess. But that's not very likely. Playing forward. Ooh. It's a preseason friendly for Arsenal, and this is the All-Star game for MLS. I don't know why they would nitpick it. It makes no sense to me. But pro referee sucks anyway, so all it takes is one person with a hair up their ass to start nitpicking a game that really doesn't need it. Benteke, oh my God. Benteke just heavy touch. What the hell?
Wow.
I mean a money pot. Like, if you were playing poker, there's a pot in poker, you know? That's what I mean by pot. Like, how about I say a winner's purse? How about that? Is that better for you? What was that touch in the box by Benteke? I don't know. I think he's a fraud. Benteke's only there because Wayne Rooney, it's in D.C. Second of all, Wayne Rooney probably wanted him to start. Dear Lord, Benteke's had a horrible 2 days. That's like if I was coaching TFC and the All-Star game was in Toronto and IO was still somehow in Toronto and IO started the All-Star game. He doesn't deserve it and he'd be that bad. Benteke plays it wide and Mukhtar was right there. Okay, crossover. Lord have mercy.
Oh.
That should be a foul the other way. And it's a foul towards Arsenal. I know, I was just playing along. Yellow card. Oh, wow, this referee's being a jackass. I hate pro. If I was...
Will that keep him out of a game if he gets too many cards?
No, this is just... The only way a card can matter in the All-Star game is if you get a second yellow and get sent off or get a straight red.
That's what I was talking about.
It's a standalone thing. They don't even continue to the next regular league game or the next All-Star game. It's a one-off.
I got you.
So there's no reason to have them, but they have them anyway. Chelsea has all the best players on the bench, and they're winning 2-0.
No, you can have them by setting down the player, but once the game's over, that's over. Right?
Yeah. Ted Uncle, of course. Pro referees is the worst. If I was a coach, I'd be getting fined every week shitting on them. I don't care if we win or lose.
Ooh.
Corner for Arsenal. Eddie Nketiah had it, got put out for a corner. I mean, I'd say a lot of football streamers, like a lot of football gaming channels and all that have. I think it's helped, yeah. Odegaard to take the corner. Any All-Star players that'll play on Friday? I don't think... I got to look at the schedule, but it'll be a tight turn. Well, they're also doing what made China fail. Header! They didn't even think it's a retake. A double foul.
Yeah,
Gabriel.
He had his hands around his...
And Hollingshead. Odegaard to take another corner. And Hollingshead is just trying to be a rough player. Oh, not again. Cross in. That's a save by Berkey. And they still couldn't hold possession. Ramsdale. Downey is between Orange County and LA, so you won't have to go to NorCal. Okay. Speaking of traveling, there's also a Cartman's escape room in like multiple cities in the U.S., like with Escape the Room. There's a Cartman's escape room.
Wow.
Like, I think that's pretty cool. Long shot, but that was... I get what he was trying to do. I can't say it was horrible, but that's a goal kick for Ramsdale. What if Saprissa faces prime Barca, Messi, Suarez, Neymar? Saprissa would lose a lot. A Cartman escape room, yes. Cartman's escape room is what it's called. I saw it on TikTok. Are you going to watch Man United versus Arsenal on Saturday?
Ooh.
Probably not, no. Ricky Poosh. Shot. Ooh.
Man.
Hey, that was their best chance.
Yeah, they've had a couple.
But that great goal by Gabriel Jesus, you can't do nothing about it. What was that? At least MLS does the possession. Sometimes I scratch my head, even here. Yeah, I mean, he was right there. I can't. Gabriel, long ball. Odegaard plays it back to Jorginho. You can't really read the blueprinting on the Arsenal away kits. It's kind of hard. That's why I wish they were wearing their red kits. But you know what? Kiwior at midfield. Like, that's a... I don't know. Okay. Good play. Oh! Ricky Pooge. Yeah, that's a foul. That may be a yellow card, too. That was rough. MLS is not doing too bad. You can see what they're trying. I agree with that. Probably would be better if they didn't let Gabriel Jesus score, but they did. Throw in for MLS. Bouanga. Way too deep on the pitch. Way too deep. For anything worth a damn, I should say. Of course, your forwards have to drop back sometimes, but when it's your best forward, I don't know. Oh, that's a foul. That was... Ay. That should be a yellow card for Barreal. That's not a question. Yep, yellow. That was a tough. I feel like somehow Bouanga's going to score. You got 45 minutes to see it happen. Well, less than 45 minutes, but
Yeah, I would say that. You don't have to do that.
yeah. Heavy tackle. Free kick here for Arsenal. I respect the MLS performance. I like what they're doing. The goal against was a pretty quality goal. But Bukayo Saka to take the free kick. Saka standing over. 1-0 Arsenal. Cross in. Header cleared away by MLS. Still offensively taken. Still could be. Nice clearance by El Brujo Martinez. Nice spin. Ricky Pooge. Lovely. That's a foul? Seriously, they're calling way too much. Way too much.
Wrexham 0-2.
Chelsea.
Yeah, halftime. Wrexham down there killed him.
Now, if Chelsea did lose to Wrexham, I'd be worried. Very worried. Wrexham is a League Two club playing their first preseason back in the Football League since God knows how long. I think it was 2008. Yeah. Trossard and Jesus tries to beat Ricky Pooge, but MLS isn't playing out bad. I hope they get this to penalties. That'd be really deserved. It'd be crazy if Inter Miami try to get Neymar. That would not happen. Well, that's true because I think the roster rules are going to very much change before next season. This offseason is going to be crazy in MLS. It's going to be some you've never seen before. It's going to be crazy. And I hope Toronto's one of those teams that take advantage of it instead of not. The good news is we could easily complete a rebuild very, very quickly. If the rumored roster rules that are changed are changed. I mean, realistically, Arsenal should win considering they're a Premier League club that plays together all season instead of an all-star team cobbled for one game. But the positive is this is preseason for Arsenal. They've made mistakes. MLS has forced mistakes. It's not like they've been playing. I mean, yes, they've played together for a season pretty much, but they're still new players. Declan Rice is going to play later tonight. I mean, if it was in the supporter section, I don't blame them. Anywhere else around the stadium, you can wear a Messi jersey if you want to. But you shouldn't be wearing a Messi jersey in the supporter section when they were playing Miami. If only Arsenal would play like this when trophies are actually involved. Oh, wait. True. Or when they get that close to a trophy. When the pressure finally hit, they cracked like a balsa wood. Because balsa wood is probably the most flimsy wood I've ever seen. Like, I've actually seen balsa wood at Home Depot. It isn't that tough. It's very flexible, flimsy. It feels like it's sort of inflated, you know. Shot, goal! 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 Arsenal! 2-0, 2-0. Leandro Trossard scores. What a banger. Golazo, Leandro Trossard. Yeah, MLS is going to get beat the hell up. Horn take, 23rd minute. 2-0. Arsenal. Golazo for Leandro Trossard. Beautiful. Plays up to him. Top of the box. Beats El Brujo and just takes a shot. Nice. Boom, boom. That's awesome. Trossard, a.k.a. Platinum Hair Mesut Ozil. That's a little bit of disrespect towards Ozil, you know? But okay. Yep. Hey, let's just have some fun. That's what we're here for. I feel bad for Roman Berkey, but other than that, you know, it's just fun for me. My players aren't there. Saka loses the ball. Oof. I just hope Balogun scores a goal tonight. What is this MLS team? Hey, they've had 2 golazos against. They've actually played pretty well, arguably. The scoreline is flattering Arsenal, to be honest. All MLS can do is score a goal, realistically. I hope they do. But I think the scoreline is flattering Arsenal. I think MLS has done better than the scoreline shows. Who said I was disrespecting Ozil? Because Trossard is nowhere near as good as Ozil. That's the point. The Arsenal versus Lamborghini Mexico. Who wins? You know what? I say Mexico. I say the Lamborghini runs over Arsenal. And if you're mad about that, go shake it off like a Swiftie. Yeah, that didn't land, didn't it? I didn't think so. Subanseo Lamborghini. Two flukes. Pretty much. "25th minute. But seriously, even if you're not a Mexican fan, you really can't hate Jimmy Lozano. Dude just seems cool. Jimmy Lozano is that guy. We'll be doing any watch-alongs tomorrow? No, just Leagues Cup predictions. I'll be back on Friday with Miami versus Cruz Azul. So there you go. What formation is MLS in? Hope and pray. I think that's what it is. Hope and pray. I can't. They got a 4-back in defense. I can tell you that much. Then they drop back the 2 midfielders, so it turns into a 6-back once they get back. Yeah, I think they're falling apart, to be honest. I don't see no tactical rigidity defensively at all. And that's why I say hope and pray. I may watch the Women's World Cup, but I'm not covering the first games. Wayne Rooney's a terrible manager. Well, that's what I said, and he thinks he's so awesome. He thinks he's so awesome, like he's the next Pep or something. No, he's not. Like, people wax poetical about Wayne Rooney. I don't get it. I don't see it. Even with DC, I don't see no tactical rigidity defensively. Like, he's like, you got to be okay with playing without the ball if you want to play with a ball. Then once you get the ball, enjoy the ball. I'm like, dude, I don't see it. Like, what's your point? I don't see it. Header, shot, past the post. Gabriel Jesus almost put that header in. Hopefully Wayne gets the England job. You know, the bad part is he might just be better than Southgate. You know, so hopefully no, to be honest. At least before the Gold Cup 2025, I want to see, you know what will get Gareth Southgate sacked? Losing the Gold Cup as an invitee. They would not stand for that. Like, it's Gold Cup or bust in that case. He would get fired. There's no way. 28th minute. Cross in, that's out for a goal kick. He knows Messi is the GOAT, though. I think a lot of people know that. And have at least been proven that it is at the World Cup. How much should we see Mexico as having turned the corner? All the other teams are B teams at best. Not in the same tier, haven't played together really, or the same combo with 2 or all the above. Here's the thing about Mexico. I think Jimmy Lozano is a really damn good manager. I think they did take advantage of the fact there were a lot of B teams. But Mexico is still way better than they were than with Colca or the end of the Martino era. So it will definitely fall back a bit, especially when they start playing these big friendlies in September and October. But I think Jimmy Lozano will still give them a chance to beat a team like Germany. So I think Mexico's on the right track. I wouldn't say they've turned the corner, but I think they're on the right track. So if they keep Jimmy, so to speak, they should. It's not even his selection. It's not even his convocatoria. It's Colca's, and he still made it work. So once he gets his own team, main thing I get out of his Gold Cup is how sad having the tournament every 2 years has made the Gold Cup. Jimmy Lozano did the dance. I referenced that. Thank you very much when I said shake it off. That's what I was referencing. And he did the dance after he won the Gold Cup. Yeah, I know. That was pretty cool. Southgate is that. They think Southgate. Hold on. I'm no England fan by any means, but I don't think Southgate is that bad. He brought them to a Euro final, and he did well with England at the World Cup. He's still a fraud. I think he's still the interim as of now. Last year's black Arsenal kit better than the new away kit. I agree, but they should have kept the pink kit as an away this year. Plays in, shot! Oh, past the post. Barely by MLS. Still 2-0. Prediction for tomorrow's games. I say Australia wins. I'm not even going to give you a score. Australia wins and New Zealand draws. And then Canada plays in the morning on Friday, I think. Canada will win. Or they play really late tomorrow, but it's like day 2. Canada wins. So there you go. 31st minute, 2-0, and there's a water break. Does Lamborghini Mexico scare you for Canada? If Canada brings out their best 11, it's going to be a tight game, but Canada should still win. But I guess, yes, it does sort of scare me. So. How do you think the USMNT and Mexico will do against Germany, Uzbekistan, and Ghana in September and October? Mexico, they'll either lose to Germany by 1 or draw them. They'll beat Ghana. Mexico will definitely beat Uzbekistan, and USMNT will beat Uzbekistan and Oman. Yeah. I guess. Honey's been quiet. I'm not surprised. I think Arsenal is definitely focused on Honey as the best player on the MLS side, which so far, yeah, it's worked because, again, Denny Bwanga is a wonderful forward, but, again, you know, it's better to probably stonewall a midfielder than somebody on the wing. So I get it. Is Lamborghini better than Herdman? If Herdman was still going down the road he was after the Nations League final, I'd say you're right. But Herdman started to turn back to his older self. Like that game against the USA was amazing tactically. That was old Herdman. If he could keep doing that, I have no problem. So, no, I say Herdman's still better. Carles Gil's coming on for Denny Bwanga. Thiago Almada's coming on as well. Christian Espinoza is on as well. Benteke's off. Hani Mukhtar's off. Jesus Ferreira's on. Can Lamborghini beat the USA team? Yeah. Aiden Morris is coming on. And they're taking off Roman Berkey for Tyler Miller. They just did a full-on change. Jesus Lord. No, Zimmerman's still on. My bad. Pretty much a wholesale change. That'll be about probably a minute and a half at the end of the half. Is the USMNT, Canada, Mexico still best 3 in CONCACAF? I agree, yes. A-team against A-team, Canada's better. Simple as that. It's a tough game, but Canada's the favorite. Moreover, the Mexican team is getting older and more Liga MX dependent. That's true, but Jimmy is still a damn good manager. I'll give them a chance. Tyler Miller is on. I don't know how Greg Berhalter is going to handle a Lamborghini. We've already seen it pretty crappily. The man turns a Lamborghini into a frickin' Pinto. That's a foul. Yep, free kick. Are Pintos even around anymore?
I mean, yeah, old, but very not a whole lot.
Free kick for MLS.
Oh no.
Roman Berkey's better than Tyler Miller. Yeah, because Roman Berkey's the goalkeeper of the year. Tyler Miller is just Tyler Miller. Wonder why Liga MX isn't playing us in the All-Star game this year. I guess they thought because Leagues Cup is starting 2 days later that it would be stupid to have a Liga MX MLS All Star game because it would give something away. I don't think it would, to be honest, and I think it actually hypes up the Leagues Cup even more. And if you added the this one counts type mentality to it, where the winning country, winning league hosts the Leagues Cup final, Almada goes just wide. That makes it even better. They should have kept it and then added the this one counts idea to it. What is Tyler Miller doing coming off his line like that? I hope he gets chipped. What are you doing, you dullard? Jesus Ferreira has the ball. I bet he's offside, but shot over the bar by Carles Gil. Jeez.
It wasn't even a good shot. I mean, that's crazy.
Offside anyway. So
yeah, I figured he was.
Ferreira was offside anyway. He was way offside.
Way offside, right?
Yep.
Here.
Way off.
Right? I mean,
Way off. But they let it play out. So they don't let the Benteke one play out, but they let that play out.
I mean, maybe he knew it,
but they still let it play out. They should bring Gio, Pablo Mastroeni, Oscar Pareja, Ben Olsen, and Bruce Arena. You do realize that the coach for the All-Star Game is whoever's hosting the All-Star Game. That's the way they decided. So if it was hosted in Toronto, Terry Dunfield would be the manager. Oh my God, that'd be even worse. I mean, I like Terry, but dude, no. An All-Star Game coached by Terry Dunfield. Oof. Carles Gil had enough height and distance to send that to Los Angeles. Terry is not Lambertary. Yeah, I agree. We definitely were a bit hopeful for Terry. I like him, good guy, but he definitely doesn't have that bad cop energy that you need to be a manager. You know, he's just a nice guy. Sometimes you got to get under their skin. Like, you can be nice to your players when they deserve it, but if they got to get
all right, they got the Toronto shit going. We got to keep kicking it back and back and back. They keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper. There we go.
I think Arsenal's starting to grow into this game, and they already have 2 goals. If ever comes back to Portland, I would love it to be Gio. Hopefully he's still there when it happens. Is the best teams in CONCACAF, El Salvador, Jamaica, and Panama. What are you smoking? Maybe the second, third best. I mean, I'd put El Salvador over Costa Rica, to be honest. I would. At least El Salvador has a positive trajectory. Costa Rica, no. No way. No way. 38th minute.
I would think this field would look better. Jeez, they couldn't even paint it.
I'm surprised that the banners for the walkout just stained the pitch, you know?
Yeah, well, that's true. I guess that did it, yeah.
You could just tell.
Yeah.
Killed the grass. I want Jim Curtin to host the All-Stars. He's a much better manager than put it in Philly. I'm surprised I haven't put it in Philly again.
Wow,
that was horrible.
Terrible.
That was terrible.
I don't know what they shouldn't score. They looked good for about.
As I said, Arsenal's growing into the game. Oh, I mean, yeah, he got hit in the face. Yeah, he got hit in the face by Almada. I don't know if Almada meant it, but he definitely got hit in the face. Vieira. But yeah, Mikel Arteta is showing levels here. I mean, he should be, but he is. You know. Arsenal want player Kai Havertz. Arsenal worst player Kai Havertz. Sucks really bad. Could you imagine an MLS All-Star team coached by Chris Armas and Bobby Bacala? It would be... that would be horrible. You don't want it in Chester, Pennsylvania, do you? I think the good teams deserve the All-Star Game more than DC. You know, Toronto will get it soon because, of course, you know, the stadium's being renovated. So I'm guessing very soon they'll get it within the decade. Miami will get it with Freedom Park. Cincinnati, I think they've already gotten one. Unlimited subs, yes. Chelsea's trying to get Harry Maguire. Lord have mercy on my soul. Why do I root for shit football clubs? What is my problem?
3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Yeah. Leagues Cup, I'll tell you that tomorrow. Tomorrow's the predictions, my friend. Wait 24 hours. About 24 hours.
Yeah.
About 24 hours. Chelsea can have him for free. Lord have mercy on my soul. Santi Moreno changed agents. I got a great feeling a new contract extension. Good. I'm glad they figured it all out over there. Miami should get it 2025 or 26 when Messi's still in Miami. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Because Columbus is getting it next year, so Wilfried Nancy's going to coach the All-Star Game. That actually might be pretty good. I'll take it. Wilfried is a good manager. And I could say that now because he doesn't coach Montreal, or at least be a lot more open about it. But Losada isn't much of a drop-off either. How long will Leagues Cup last for? To the middle of August? Like the 18th, the 20th of August, somewhere around there? I have to check my calendar again. Freedom Park opens March 2025. So I would guess 2025 is Freedom Park. Like, they'll probably tell you that as soon as they can know. Nice play. Lovely. Nice. Ferreira plays on. What are you doing?
They won't take the shot quick enough. They let three of them get on him when he should have took it as soon as he got down there.
Exactly.
If
like
missed,
he had time.
It was at least a chance.
Exactly.
If you don't shoot it, you ain't going to make it.
Exactly.
Wow.
Thiago Almada plays on Ferreira. What the hell?
It's too long.
You freaking bottle job.
It's too long.
You do realize Jesus Ferreira is only good at scoring against MLS teams and Caribbean teams. This is too good for him. Jesus Lord. Yeah, Jesus Ferreira can only show up against the minnows. Exactly. Actually, I'll give him the due, though. At least he got himself in good positions twice in 1 minute. He never did that against Canada. He never did that against Panama. Oh, my God, Jesus Ferreira, you fraud. Jeez. He is so bad. Ferreira should have passed it if he ain't shooting. And he still held on to it. Nice play. Shot! Right to Ramsdale. In Panama. Espinosa puts it right to Ramsdale. Ligue 1 is a farmers league. Only for PSG winning the league. It would be hilarious once they lose Messi and Mbappe and maybe Neymar that they absolutely get creamed this year. Luis Enrique isn't even that good of a manager anyway. They have nobody to put the ball into the net. Did you not remember what happened against Morocco? Spain had nobody to put the ball into the net. They lose on penalties. That's PSG's problem this year. They're just going to pass the ball around and hope that it just rolls in there. That's how Luis Enrique plays football. It's absolutely madness. Puebla are favorites to win the Leagues Cup. Nah. Carles Heel. And he gives it away. 1 more minute plus stoppage time, and MLS is just collapsing on themselves like a submarine. Honestly, the first time I read or heard of anyone making a case for Eredivisie on top of Ligue 1. I can understand it, though. Like, I can understand it. Honestly, it's the first time I've seen it, too. MLS blew their load too early. I will not build on that. I will not build on that at all. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Yeah, that's the Vieira injury. Again, you'll hear that tomorrow, what the group of death is. Imagine LAFC versus Club Leon final in the Leagues Cup. Hey, LAFC could go for some revenge. I don't think it'll happen, though. LAFC has started to build back their form. I still don't think it'll happen. Unless their deal is revenge. And let's also remember that LAFC is still on Toronto 2018 watch.
6 minutes, my God.
It was the Vieira injury that did it.
I know.
Cross in.
Like they need 6 minutes.
What channel is this game on? Apple TV, of course. Thoughts on Patrick Vieira as a manager? I think Vieira is a good manager. I think he's a talented manager. Knows tactics well. Would have loved to have him in Toronto over Bradley. Vieira's going to do well wherever else he goes. I like Patrick. Santi top striker in CONCACAF. He won the Gold Cup, but hopefully he builds on that. He's got a while to go. TFC's on a 9-game winless streak. I know. You don't have to tell me twice. I feel like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day.
Oh.
I can't believe they didn't do nothing there. Jesus Ferreira, you are a fraud.
All that.
And here we go. And Ketia pushed over.
Yeah.
That's a free kick. Yellow card for Thiago Almada.
He shouldn't have pushed him.
Yeah, that was no.
Why did they even talk to the ref? He ain't gonna take it back, so just go on.
Yeah, you could get another card for dissent. Like, seriously. Like, if you're going to have a player talk to the ref, have it be the captain. They get a little bit more leeway. Don't talk to him yourself. That was just a stupid push. Like, you had players in front of you to defend. Why are you going to push him? It's not like you were the only guy back. Like, I get if you're the last guy back. This roster looked weaker than ones from years ago. I'm going to hope that Toronto only gave up in MLS, that they're going to sort of revamp their mentality for Leagues Cup, because I think they've just totally given up in MLS. This is a new tournament. I think they've had moments in the past couple of games. I think it's a little bit unflattering we're on a 9-game winless run. They've had moments. Now, if they could just build their mentality to say, hey, we only gave up in MLS, let's try this Leagues Cup and see how far it takes us. I think that'll happen, and I think they could get some out of it, because Atlas is horrible right now. And I know Toronto is, but if they actually play worth a damn, they might win. And New York ain't special either. So I'm going to hope they just gave up in MLS. That's my guess. Do you watch American football? I do. Of course. Especially college. Pretty much the SEC, but still. I have more fun watching college football. And by the way, I will do some Mississippi State streams this fall. You're welcome. 49th minute free kick here. There are some Saturdays that are open that I could do a state stream on. So there you go. Shot, save, past the post, or just past the post. That'll be a goal kick. So we'll be up here for those state games. Southeastern Louisiana, Arizona. I think the LSU game I could do. I'm not completely sure, but I think I can. And I think it's actually an early kick, so that's probably why. And then Alabama TFC on that Saturday of Alabama, I'm doing a double. Because I feel like Alabama and State, I think State's going to win. Even if TFC blows, I think State's beating Bama.
Okay.
I'm going to be live for that. I can't not go live for that. So we're going double there, no matter what. You heard it here first. Week 5, Mississippi State beats Alabama in Starkville. Alabama has no quarterback.
Okay.
Free kick. The future will tell Felix the only reason why Santi can't be better than these guys is he's Mexican, but he has full Argentinian blood, so we'll see.
Another
right.
card.
This referee's being way too harsh.
4 tonight.
And Ketia brought down. Yeah, I understand why that was a card. That was just bodying some dude for no reason. Yeah, that's a card. That's a card. El Tricampeon Gold Cup. Yeah. Sleeping on Alabama. I'm not sleeping on Alabama. They're ass. They're ass this year. You will find out. Mississippi State's going to win the SEC West. You will find out. Zach Arnett will shock the world. Cross, except me, of course. Header over the bar. I will do a watch along for Miami versus Cruz Azul. I was way ahead of you there.
Now, what's going on now?
And that's halftime.
I was fixing to say, come on.
2-0 Arsenal. 2-0 to the Arsenal at halftime. Another 45 minutes. Hopefully soon. Sit tight. We'll be back. Take a short break. See you in a couple of minutes. We are back for the stats at the half. 6 shots to 6, 0 shots on goal to 2, 44% possession to 56% possession, 178 passes to 221 passes, 88% pass accuracy to 86, 12 fouls to 3, 1 offside to 0, 4 yellows to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 2 corners to 1. MLS started pretty good. They started like they had a chance to fight on with Arsenal, keep it tight. But as the half wore on, Arsenal grew into the game. They scored 2 goals against the run of play, but after, honestly, they grew into the game a lot once they had the second goal scored. And MLS has started just really giving up after that second goal. And MLS just looks very, very, very discombobulated, especially with this second 11 they've just put on, or the 8 players they put on with like the other 2 or 3 that stayed on. So it's just going to get worse and worse for MLS as this game goes on, probably. So Arsenal is doing what they're supposed to do. It's not the best game for Arsenal, but they're showing in preseason they still got a very talented side. They got a talented group. And when Balogun comes on, I bet he scores a goal. Gabriel Jesus with 1, Leandro Trossard with another. Where you would expect the offense to come from. Or I wouldn't say, well, yeah, Jesus, I guess you would expect it. But Trossard is a pretty good player. He can score goals. And he scored a beautiful goal earlier in the match. As of now. But I will say for the Leagues Cup, when I make the thumbnails for Leagues Cup, I'm going to make them the way and the titles the way that MLS publicizes these matches. So even though Miami's at home, Cruz Azul's first. So technically Cruz Azul's the home team in the eyes of MLS. That's the way they're publicizing it. So that is the way I'll make that thumbnail. Same with the Toronto Arsenal match, or Toronto Atlas. What Arsenal? Toronto and Atlas match. Because Atlas technically comes first, even though they're playing at BMO, so... There you go. So I'm just saying, I'm going by the way MLS does it. Let's see. Read some comments. Team needs work, unfortunately. I agree with that. Like college football, Skull Buffs. Hey, I want Colorado to do good with Coach Prime. Sadly enough, State could have got him, but you know what? But you got him, so... Hopefully Buffalo does good. Talking about American football, a bit of a broad question. What is your take on why it's been ridiculously successful domestically, but done pretty bad at becoming popular internationally? You know, it's more of an American sport, and rugby's already very regional, and it's more of an offshoot of rugby, and even Canadian football. Like, it's amazing in Canada. People love CFL in Canada, except Toronto. And... even the Americans are starting to get into it, but it's just America's sport. Like you see sometimes like amateur football with Japan and all that internationally, but the outreach just isn't there. It's sort of a more regional version of rugby, and rugby's already regionalized. That's probably my guess, is it's a hard thing to get into. And then the rules are different in different levels. So, got a $5 super chat from Yeezus. This reminds me of the good old days when USA would get bro kicked by European teams. MLS is back. Well, yeah, that's what they were trying to do here. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Hit that like button, y'all. Let's get this going. How we doing, Mile High? I hope they do well. Risklander says, I like your accent. Thank you. That's my favorite compliment. That is my favorite compliment. I fold like a cheap suit if I hear it. I guess from anybody, to be honest. I just did had a couple of White Castle burgers and a large coffee, says Moro. So where you are, it's White Castle, not Not crystals. Okay. You do well, you do the best with what you have. Well, I'm mostly around a White Castle anyway. Funnily enough, I ate like 10 out of a Crave case over the past 2 days. So, again, you do what you can. Tim Parker's coming on for the half. John Gallagher, Lucas Zelarayan, Matt Miazga. The rest of the players are coming on for MLS, and Arsenal still hasn't made a sub. Hit that like button, y'all. We're about to start the second half. Oh, Arsenal will make a halftime sub. Okay. That is a cool armband. I just wonder, are they letting Gallagher captain the side for the half, or is he wearing something special? I need to look into that. Kai Havertz coming on for the half. And Martin Odegaard still staying on. He got some McDonald's earlier. That sounds nice.
You'd think they could have got this together before then.
Odegaard comes on. Havertz. And that was Hine, yeah? I think we're going to see some hit him with a Hine. Yeah, it is. Ramsdale for Hine. Hit him with the Hine.
Let's see what he does.
I just want Schwanier to get some minutes. He still hasn't come on yet. MLS could score Arsenal, change their goalie. They didn't change it to Runnerson. They changed it to Hine. And they play it straight to Hine. Let's see.
Well, they don't really have to worry because MLS ain't going to get down there and kick it. So it doesn't matter. You don't even need a goalie.
Well, maybe they'll be more open since it's not Ramsdale. But hopefully Aaron Long doesn't start because he'll get cooked by Arsenal.
What are we doing now? What?
It was Tim Parker. Tim Parker came on, so that's fine. Free kick. Penalty for Arsenal. Penalty for Arsenal. Right at the start of the half. What a ball by hit him with the Hine. Let's see. What penalty? That's not a pen. The softest penalty you could ever call. Oh, it hit his hand. All right. So, Jorginho to take the penalty. Jorginho to take the penalty. Given up by Tim Parker with a handball. You didn't see the hand until right at the end. Jorginho versus Tyler Miller.
Way to start.
Could be 3-0 in minutes. Hey, that was a great ball, though. I'm guessing none of you watch Howard Stern because you would get the reference if you watched Howard Stern, or listened, I should say. Jorginho. Going to do is run up and hop. Come on.
Jesus Christ.
Now, Jorginho with the hop, and he scores.
Wow, he didn't even. Wow.
That's what the hop does. Jorginho scores the penalty. The Italian maestro. Who should have won the Ballon d'Or in 2021.
Wow. A minute into it.
47th minute. 3-0 to the Arsenal. Oh, Lord. Oh, Miazga's in, though. Only someone as mid as Tyler Miller would allow that. Nobody tries to save a Jorginho penalty. I've never seen somebody dive.
Wow.
Or for Joseph, to be honest, because he does the same thing. Miazga's in. I didn't think Tim Parker would give up a handball, but there we go. 3-0 Jorginho.
He didn't mean. I mean, it's just the way it is.
But still, it was out of natural position, so. Why does he do that skip, though? Because it's a timing thing. He's still moving. You just can't stop moving. Jorginho to TFC. I would love it. I would love Jorginho at TFC. Coelho and Jorginho would be the best midfield I think I've ever seen in my life. Okay, so there we go. Who's winning? Arsenal 3-0. Of course. But legitimately, Alonso Coelho and Jorginho in that defensive midfield spot with Latif Blessing playing forward, my God. Ooh, that'd be amazing. I would love it. Jorginho should have won the Ballon d'Or in 2021 anyway. We'd have a Ballon d'Or caliber player in midfield. Yeah, it would probably blow up in our face because that's what happens in Toronto, but still. Hein plays it forward. Throw in for MLS. John Tolkien, who came on, plays it forward. Oh.
Wait, no.
I mean, he did drop him. That'll be another throw in 49th
That
minute.
didn't look right, so I don't know.
I think that'd be a yellow personally. And Kai Havertz gets the ball. Hopefully he could score. Oh, wait, he lost the ball again. Hit him with the height. He didn't do nothing besides the one first pass. Iniesta's joining Miami too, along with Sergio Busquets and the GOAT Messi. They're letting Miami take the rules the first. They're not even letting them wait till the offseason. They're just doing it. Yeah, Miami's going to be Garber's favorite club now, eh? You got a lot of pluses with that. And if Garber hates your guts, you're getting screwed by the refs every week. Ask me why I know. 50th minute. So Iniesta's confirmed too. I don't know what to believe, to be honest, at this point. He is confirmed. Andres Iniesta to Miami with Sergio Busquets and Messi. They're just getting the band back together, aren't they? Jesus, man. I wish Toronto could do that. Well, we sort of tried, and then it blew up in our face. As is tradition. Except it was Italians. Well, there you go. Diego Gomez is confirmed. I saw that. So is Benjamin Kromashki even going to play now? Like, he's honestly been Miami's best player for the first half, pre-Messi. You know? You should play him. I'd love to see Messi play with Kromashki. That would be amazing. If you can't bring Messi to Barca, then bring Barca to Messi. That's a good point. This game goes to show Wayne Rooney doesn't have the best eye for talent or the mentality to win games. No offense. Well, I agree with that, but let's also play the devil's advocate here. There's still 11 players voted in by fans. Luckily, as the manager, you get to choose your starting 11. You don't have to go by the voted starting 11 by the fans. You could pick your own 11, which that could be on Rooney. But he has 11 players that the fans choose that they have to play. They have to play everybody. But he also chooses another so many, and then the commissioner picks a couple. So Garber could have a shit eye for talent too. Rooney does have a shit eye for talent. I mean, Benteke would not have been there because I think he was picked by Rooney. So, yeah, that was foolish. Oh, Tyler Miller too. I get the hometown manager is going to pick some of his guys, but he picked the worst guys. You could have picked Taxi Fountas. Taxi is still a good player. You could have picked O'Brien. No, you picked Benteke and Miller. Like, what are you doing? That's like picking Io Akinola and Greg Ranjitsingh if it was hosting Toronto. You're being a damn fool because Io's not scoring a goal and Ranjitsingh's letting in 5. I didn't think he would have came in if he was picked. They wouldn't give him 30 minutes or less. Oso could have worked. Yeah, I would have picked Oso. If it was me and it was in Toronto, I would have picked Oso. I think Oso would have been perfect for the mentality. Richie, of course, is on loan, so let's just cut that. But Oso would, of course, be picked. He's got the mentality, but he's not a bad player.
Oh, no. My God.
Injuries. Pick Duncan or Facundo. Yeah, they would have been good for Orlando. They could have picked a Calendar instead of Miller. Exactly. But I get the manager's going to take some of his guys on manager's picks if they're not voted in. I get it. But he picked the worst ones. Rooney picked the worst ones. I'm surprised Kai Kamara hadn't come on yet. When I saw Tyler Miller on the team, I was like, shoot, last time I saw Miller being decently good was when he was at LAFC. He fell off after that. So the last time he played good was with Bob Bradley. Why the hell did we not sign him? We should have picked Tyler Miller to be our backup. I'm surprised we didn't. Even Yarbrough would have been a better choice than Miller, and Yarbrough is actually going Super Saiyan this year. I agree with that. Yarbrough is a good keeper. 54th minute. Also, that Crown Legacy guy was good last night. We could have seen him play tonight if he was called up to MLS. Yeah, they should have let him. He'd been better than Tyler Miller. I bet he would have at least tried to save the Jorginho penalty. Looks like Trossard is down. This is why you make all your subs at the half. Wonder how long DC United will keep Wayne Rooney. I mean, right now they're on a forward trajectory. Once they start backsliding for a season and a half, he'll probably get sacked then. So I'm not going to put a date on it. I'm just going to say when they start backsliding. We just lazy tonight. Yeah, I would chalk it up to that. Yes. If you talk about the performance, yes. I'm trying to add some energy to this. But welcome to the Pirates' Corner. Gabriel Martinelli is about to come on for Trossard, which he should have came on at the half, but all right. I'm not trying to be biased, but honestly, Martin Pass is better. He's still better than Tyler Miller, I'll give you that. Miller was slightly good, but not great at LAFC. That's why he got traded to Minnesota, and LAFC didn't have a great goalie until Crepeau. And then McCarthy somehow became a good goalie out of nowhere. Speaking of, why the hell is he not at the All-Star Game? I don't even know if DC United will beat Pumas. Maybe Montreal will beat Pumas. I do not want Pumas to be beaten by Montreal. I will be rooting for Pumas like I was part of the Rebel. Because I want Montreal to just get beat up, you know? Like, I wish I had a Pumas jersey, but I don't know anybody with a Pumas jersey, and I don't have a Pumas jersey. It's going to be like CCL 2022 for me when they play Montreal, you know? All of it on Pumas. I'm all in. They bit me in the butt before, but damn it, Montreal. I'm all in once again. Tolkien playing for. Oh, come on. Well, at least they won 2 straight against Mexico. The MLS All-Stars did. They don't really even care about this game, do they? Arsenal. Jesus. See, this is why it needs to be this one counts and it needs to be played against Mexico. We could actually win. Good clearance. MLS taking L to Prem. At least we can add it. Had the results been another way around, the Euro marks would be making excuses. I agree with that. Everyone else was so trash. Miller was the 3rd best goalkeeper in LAFC history behind McCarthy and Crepeau. Yeah, and Vermeer was like the most hyped goalie of like the century in MLS, and then he fell way off to the point where he got sent to Cincinnati. I think he got sent somewhere else, and then he left. And it's the funniest thing, like the Surinamese are so happy they got Vermeer to play for the national team. I'm like, no, you shouldn't be happy. I remember when Vermeer was the hot new thing. And then Pablo took over for him halfway through 2020. Playing forward. Tomas Romero was okay. He's okay for Toronto. He only played 1 game. but he was okay. Vermeer's fundamentally flawed. Can't even do the basics right. He cost LAFC the CCL in 2020. No, Atuesta getting the red card is what cost LAFC. If he played, LAFC would have won that CCL. I know it. So basically, Ochoa cost you. The fake headbutt, Ochoa doing what he did, that's what cost LAFC. Because that's what got Atuesta suspended. Atuesta plays that final. If they overturned the red or he didn't get suspended, LAFC would have won the 2020 CCL. It wasn't even Vermeer. I mean, people who played on the pitch, yeah, it was Vermeer's fault. But, you know, I think Atuesta being missed was way more. Playing forward here, MLS, Almada, looking like a men among boys when it comes to the MLS players. But again, okay, yeah, on the pitch, as I said, but overall, cross in. You would have scored enough goals if Atuesta played. That's my point. How we doing, Connor? Vermeer carried by Atuesta and Vela. And Rossi. You can't forget Diego Rossi. Inter Miami at this point should be named FC Barcelona, the leftovers. Yeah, true. Or FC Barcelona, yeah, we'll go with the leftovers. Cross in. Oh! Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. Arsenal's dominating the MLS. They'll probably keep doing it too. All alone. Lovely. Plays on. Nice. Still on. Cross. Out for a corner. No, it stayed in. Well, good. Free kick for MLS. Kai Havertz gets a yellow card for his troubles. He's done absolutely nothing on All-Star Week. Kai Havertz.
This is 5 or 6. I don't know. Wow, that's the most I've ever seen. Maybe because they're not playing together. I don't know.
Because MLS has gotten like 5 and Arsenal's gotten 2. So many yellows tonight. As I said, like this referee's being way too hard for an All-Star game. Like, this is like if the NBA called a foul on every touch during their All-Star game. I know they don't like playing defense. All-Star year, 2021 and 22, way better. Well, yeah, of course, because we won. Busquets is still playing. Yes, he's playing for Miami. I swear, All-Star team from years ago would probably put up more of a fight. Is it Ted Uncle? Yes. I'm just happy it's not Sergei Boyko. There'd be 10 players sent off at this point. They'd be playing 1 versus 1 if it was Sergei Boyko. So you know what? Ted Uncle ain't too bad. Sergei Boyko would have lost his head 30 minutes in. Legitimately, if I was a coach in MLS, I'd be fined every week shitting on pro, whether we won or lost. They'd fine me every week. There's going to be subs here. Kieran Tierney, Aaron Balogun, Declan Rice is going to make his Arsenal debut. Tomiyasu, Jurrien Timber, and Marquinhos are all coming on. Havertz is the embodiment of overrated. I agree with that. Arsenal team is going too strong, going for trophies next season. Yeah, winning 3-0 against MLS would be good news, yeah. I think Arsenal will be in a title race, and I think they'll go heavy for Champions League. Thoughts of Aubameyang signing with Olympique Marseille? That's a pretty good move. Oh, we're going to VAR. Oh, hell, there might be another handball penalty. Jesus. Yep, it looks to me like it hit his hand. We might have another penalty. MLS is falling apart. Yeah, they're on VAR. Handball on Tim Parker is unlucky. No, that was Matt Miazga this time. Okay, no. He slides and the ball's kicked into his hand as he's sliding, but
I mean,
you could say that's natural position for a slide. You could.
Almost out. I mean, I don't know.
You know, it's tough, but since he's calling everything, it's going to be a penalty probably. But again, like on a slide, that's natural position, in my opinion. If you're sliding, that's natural position. You can't.
I mean, he didn't try to hit.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you're sliding, that's natural position to me.
Yeah, he kicked the ball into his. He was just sliding up
Yeah.
the ground. I don't think he tried to use
Exactly.
his hand to stop.
Been an Arsenal fan since '99. I haven't seen a stronger Arsenal side like this since 2006. I would agree with that. And
They
it's
waved it off. Right?
no penalty.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I thought that was a natural position. I thought so. So that's the first thing the Ted Uncle has not called ticky-tacky tonight. His hands down near him and he was sliding. That's natural position to me.
Well, there's probably another 6 minutes already.
So William Saliba's coming off for Jurrien Timber. Marquinhos is coming on. Kieran Tierney's coming on. Declan Rice is coming on for Jorginho. So Declan Rice will make his Arsenal debut. Tomiyasu is coming on. Hopefully Arsenal buys a striker before the season starts. Or Balogun scores 2 goals in this half and you keep him. Marquinhos coming on. Tomiyasu and Balogun. Balogun just came on as well. Valerian Balogun, the US MNT starting 9. The man who won the Nations League or scored the second goal in the final. He made Scott Kennedy look like an idiot. And here comes Arsenal with their better players. This is going to get worse before it gets better. Cross in. Timber gets a corner. 65th minute. Saka, our golden boy for Arsenal in England. Bellingham, a beast for England. Havertz is not a striker. Don't do that, Winvo. He's not a striker. I know that well enough. I know well enough he ain't no striker. He's on the wing. He'll score a couple goals. And when I say a couple, I mean a couple. That's out for a goal kick. Karaski is the new Modric, according to Panamanian newspaper article. I mean, I like Alberto Carrasquilla, but he's no Modric. Do not do that. Havertz isn't a striker. He's a fake striker. He's more of a midfielder winger, so you know. He's only going to score a couple of goals if you're lucky. Trust me, I know. They were asking Balogun if he wants to play in MLS if he decides to leave Europe or when he decides to leave Europe. I mean, I hope he does at some point. Don't pull a Josie Altidore, but, you know, I hope he does at some point. Will Messi do good or not so good in MLS? I say Messi will do good. Tomorrow's the League's Cup predictions video, so you'll get that tomorrow. Because the tournament starts on Friday, so you'll get the predictions tomorrow. This is how this normally works. Glad England are getting good players. If only y'all kept Damari Gray or Michael Antonio, because let's be honest, Michael Antonio is a better striker than Harry Kane. But good for Jamaica. Good for CONCACAF. '67th minute. Arsenal just playing with the ball now. Past the hour mark. Honestly, there's other players in this league that are better than this All-Stars roster. I agree. Richie Laryea would have been way better than Ryan Hollingshead. I know he was on loan, but still, Richie Laryea would have been better. Jonathan Osorio would have been better in midfield definitely than Jordan Morris. Why the hell did they send him here? Yorgos Yakimakis, Jordi Petrovic, and Jordan Morris. Oh, yeah, Bouanga was wearing 99. It's weird to see Petrovic with a number 12. Hey, but it's nice because he plays for New England. Matthew Chouinier's coming on. Kai Kamara's coming on. Hector Herrera's coming on. No way Antonio's better than Harry Kane. Not in a million years. I think Antonio is, but okay. Hopefully Canada beats up England, especially for England not using Tomori, which is going to hurt them against Canada in Gold Cup 2025 or in the group stage of the World Cup. I would love to see it. Or I would also love to see Japan beating England in the final of the 2025 Gold Cup. Or Italy. I win either way. If it's Italy, Japan, or Canada. One of those three. I win either way. One of my teams beat England or again. And England fans cry after losing the Gold Cup, the trophy they think is the easiest to win. So. John Herdman shocked the world a couple of times. 69th minute. Oh, brother. Cross in. And it goes straight to Arsenal defenders. Honestly, I just see Japan beating England. England's very slow in defense. Japan's very fast. And they're very tough. Will MLS score a goal? No. No way. England, Spain, and France are the best teams in Europe. Spain, France. Yeah, England's not. Okay, they're probably top 3, but barely. Spain did win the Nations League. I'd say Croatia's better than England, to be honest. Italy, once they bounce back, is probably up in that list. I'd say Croatia's better than England. Results say 71st minute. The Madrid loss from 2005 was bad, but this, I don't know. And also 2022, because y'all lost in the quarterfinals. Croatia won the 3rd place medal. Y'all didn't make the Nations League final. They just won not won, but they got the 2nd place in Nations League. So. Arguably. Not now, beat them in the Euros. That Euro squad was a definite downgrade, but they came back for the World Cup and Nations League, so we'll see what happens in 24. Wonder what group England's going to get the UEFA Nations League since they're getting relegated since Hungary ripped them apart. Oh, and Italy also relegated them too. '72nd minute. Oh, they can't even make the Nations League finals this go around because they're in League B. Saw this roster and honestly didn't have much faith to begin with. Hey, if I was coaching an all-star team, I'd get the players that I thought would put out a performance. But that's just me. Cross in, header cleared. But Wayne Rooney does not know talent when it slaps him in the face. But he was never talented anyway. Wayne Rooney was a tap-in merchant. Giakoumakis, please score. Yeah, I would like to see it. Wayne Rooney was a tap-in merchant. Who benefited from playing under Sir Alex. With Chicharito and Ronaldo and all that. Drogba better than Rooney. Diego Costa better than Rooney. Surprisingly, he did well in MLS. I'll give him that. He did do well in MLS. Honestly, playing as a deeper lying striker, I'll give him that. MLS Rooney was the best Rooney in my book. I'm not going to lie. Not great, but pretty good, unlike Lampard and Gerrard. I'll give him that. Yeah, he was good in MLS. Still got slapped by Toronto in his final game in MLS, but he was pretty good in MLS. MLS Rooney was goated. I agree. Not as a manager, but as a player, yes. It's like every soccer player as a coach has failed, like Wayne Rooney, Thierry Henry. The only success players as coaches have is Latko Dalic and the Argentine Scaloni. Well, no. I'm trying to think here. Yeah, but I can understand why. Because you're such a great player, like you're at high levels of regard. These players are not at the level of your level. It's going to be hard to understand why they're failing. Like you're going to think, just remember when Henry was mic'd up when Montreal was playing New England. Like he was like, that's not a football run behind him, not in front of him. Dude, Shamit Shom is not on your level, man. He never was. 75th minute, MLS playing forward. So Thierry Henry just couldn't understand. Even at Monaco, his players were not on his level. They never were. That's probably why he's a bad manager. He's a perfectionist, and he thinks everybody should play at his level. You can't get players to play at your level. They may be talented. They're never as talented as Thierry Henry. So. Like, I remember that video so vividly. The Henry coaching the Montreal players, the mic'd up. It's like, yeah, Henry knows what he's doing, but he was way too good to be a coach. Mbappe's the new Henry. Yeah, I could see it. 76th minute. I want to see MLS teams versus La Liga and Prem, but I don't know because even the All-Star teams struggle. I think a team that's actually been together for a whole season would do better than an all-star team, especially in preseason. Holland just a machine. Yeah. '76th minute. Chasing him down. MLS is just, they're getting outclassed. They're not even trying. Like, Arsenal's just grown into the game more and more and more. This is a freaking shambles. I guess all-star team, but the roster is just horribly constructed. I want Kai Kamara to score just because he's a legend at this point. If anybody scores, I want it to be Kai Kamara. Because it might be his last All-Star game. So, MLS gave up 20 minutes ago. Now they gave up like 30 minutes ago. You needed Messi. He was late. I'm surprised that they didn't call him up for this game, you know? I'm surprised they didn't pull a Ronaldo with him or a Cristiano with him and have him debut in the All-Star game and then play Cruz Azul just for like 30 minutes. Reminds me of LAFC versus Leon a little bit. No, this is worse. Cross in, Marquinhos. Oh, shot over the bar. Over the bar by Martinelli. He almost had it. Kept it a little bit lower. But you can just see the quality of Arsenal shining through. The more this game is gone, the more you can see the quality of Arsenal shining through. I'm surprised it's not 6-0 at this point, if I'm being completely honest. This should be worse. The fact that it's not is I don't know if it's concerning or not, but it's definitely this should be worse. If this was in January, this would be an absolute bloodbath. it's probably only 3-0 because it's preseason and Declan Rice just came on and Odegaard just came on and all that. Arsenal team is still young. It's scary. I agree with that. Like, in a couple of years, if Arsenal did another Invincibles run or run at Invincibles, I would not be surprised at all. Like, in the next 3 to 4 years, I would not be surprised if this Arsenal team made a run at Invincibles 2.0. I would not be surprised about it at all. Heat's affecting the players as well, used to the cold UK weather. Yeah, it's never that hot over there. Like, the hottest I've ever seen the UK get is like 70 Fahrenheit, which is, I'm not doing the Celsius conversion right now. That's why I ain't starting in the Leagues Cup. Arsenal is good, but MLS versus Liga MX is more entertaining. Yeah, because MLS could actually win. As I said, the Leagues Cup starts 2 days after the All Star Game. What they should have done is keep Liga MX versus MLS. It's not giving anything away except maybe the hosting manager's tactics. And you can make it a this one counts. The winning country, the winning league hosts the final. Austin Trusty comes on for the last 11 plus. To me, I think that's better. It gives more hype to the Leagues Cup because it's right before it. It's showing you players that's going to shine throughout the tournament. It gives a good shine to the tournament. It does. And then you can have a this one counts moment as a bragging rights. Who hosts the final? The winner of the All-Star Game. Mexico or the USA, or I guess Canada, because league-wise, I should say, if Toronto was to make it. Well, there you go. Of course I'm speaking facts. I normally do. To me personally, you do a this one counts. Whatever league wins the All-Star Game, hosts the final. If Liga MX was to win the All-Star Game and it's MLS versus MLS in the final, you put it as Tekka. They still host the final because they earned that right. If it's Mexico versus Mexico, they host it somewhere in America because if MLS was to win the All-Star Game, they earned the right. But you make plans for each team to host in their own stadium. If there's 2 Mexican teams or 2 American teams or a Canadian team in the semifinals or even the quarters, you run those plans into attack pretty much. Problem with USA is they have great athletes, but not great at football. They're amazing at NBA and Olympics. That's true. But do it like the MLB. This one counts right before the Leagues Cup. It'd be amazing.
They keep.
Tolkien gets absolutely burnt by Balogun. Balogun, oh, that's a foul. Yeah, free kick there. Easy. But you could kind of see it with the women's team, to be honest. The U.S. women had the best athletes, and Canada had the best athletes in football on that side of the sport for a long time. A lot of countries are starting to catch up. That's why Sweden, Italy, England, Japan, they're all catching up because they're starting to learn the game. They're starting to get more tactics out. The USA and Canada sort of trying to lean on tactics as well, but they still have part of some players from that generation where it was really their physicality and their athleticism that won them games. So I understand that. Like, you can just look at women's football. There's a reason why the U.S. dominates and Canada's the second best team in CONCACAF, but they were honestly 1-2 in the world. Because when they were 1-2, it was athleticism. And they're starting to get teams are starting to get a lot closer to them. It's not like it's far and away U.S. and Canada. There's multiple teams that can win the Women's World Cup. Back in 19, it was really 3 teams, Sweden, Canada, USA. Everybody else and Japan. Other than that, nobody had a chance. Now, you could say like 10 teams have a chance to win the Women's World Cup. So, again, I understand what you mean. You have to look at it from that side of view. So, yes, I agree. The U.S. have athletes in the women's game that had to choose football for their best career. Same with Canada. In men's sports, there's a lot more sports that the men can choose to have a better career. If they look at Brandon Aubrey, he's playing for the Cowboys now. He got drafted by Toronto. He chose to play gridiron football. He's a good kicker in the USFL. The Cowboys sign him. And if he has a good season, he made a better career in gridiron football than association football. So there you go. Arsenal with 4. Let's see. A little bit behind. 83rd minute. Plays it forward. Balogun.
How were you behind?
Guess it just fell behind. Here we go. Long run. Shot, and there it is. Goal. Goal for Arsenal. That is 4. Martinelli beats the defense and just rolls it in. Gabriel Martinelli with 4th. Goal. 4-0. No, that was Miller. That was Petrovic, I mean.
They've already changed it again?
No, that was MLS's keeper, Petrovic.
Oh,
Arsenal was the one that scored.
I got you.
Hine is the one for Arsenal in blue.
I got you.
But Gabriel Martinelli scores a 4-0 to the Arsenal.
Wow.
Nice run by Martinelli. What a run.
Why didn't he get back a little bit, though, and let his player try to help him? Because he's way up.
They both. Parker doesn't really have any pace. That's the problem. Like, he's good with St. Louis, but.
Yeah, but being that in front of the goal, you hurt yourself.
Yeah.
He gives you more time
Exactly,
to
and
react
more.
if he would have been back a little.
Do you watch Premier League football? If I catch it. I like watching the Premier League at times. But if I'm not watching Serie A, I mean, I'd say Serie A is my more favorite European league. But if I'm up and I catch it, shot, save by Hine. That wasn't really that good of a save, though. I know enough to keep up. I watch enough to keep up, and I follow the news. But I'm more of a CONCACAF guy, half because of my sleep schedule, half because I just am. But I do watch the Prem. I watch Serie A. I'd say Serie A is my favorite European league. I watch internationals around the world. So, international games around the world. Whether I just watch it or do it on the channel. I did do Arsenal Man City, though, on this channel. Sometimes I do it on the channel, too, but I definitely watch at least. Zelleron shoots better than that. Yeah. How did Rooney end up coaching this team? Because they're playing in D.C. You know how this works. And here comes maybe a 5th. Balogun. Cleared by Miazga. I'm hyped for World Cup 2026 and definitely planning on following it on the road. So, should be a good one. Prem fans think we don't know Prem is stronger than MLS. We know it is. It just hurts that it is. 87th minute. Cross in. Saved. 1994 was the last USA World Cup. Yes, hosted. In LA? Yeah. Because that's why MLS became a thing, was 94. 87th minute. They made us make MLS because of 94. If we have Copa Libertadores, including Copa Sudamericana. Sad news, we don't. It's that Final Four tournament they were talking about. I know. We're not going to Copa Lib, sadly. Shot, Ødegaard. Oh. Ay. 88th minute. Jesus Trossard, Jorginho, and Martinelli. Can't believe Al Nassr lost to Celta Vigo by 5. Cristiano almost scored. Rooney needs to get on the field and help out. Hey, maybe. Oh wait, Acosta isn't on anymore. Hopefully, I'm happy Arsenal are in the Champions League again. I could hear that magic opening again. Hopefully, Arsenal gets pretty deep into the Champions League. 88th minute, playing forward here. Timber, Ødegaard, Marquinhos. Please be Balogun. Please be Balogun. Cross, header, brought down, shot, goal!
Man.
Goal! Kai Havertz makes it 5.
Uses his chest.
Chests it down and brings it in. Kai Havertz makes it 5.
Man.
He redeems himself for that cross and volley challenge.
7-0, 8-0.
It should be like 9. '89th minute, Kai Havertz scores his first Arsenal goal. 5-0 to the Arsenal. And very tactically taken goal as well. It was beautiful by Havertz. I just wish you could do that at Chelsea. Sadly, you can't. Where was that when you were in blue, Kai? Brings it down, just shoots it.
Awesome.
That was a good volley. If you could have done that last night, that would have been nice.
That was nice.
Nice, Kai. To be honest, I'm sort of rooting for Kai. You know what? I sort of am. That was a good goal. I just wish he could have done that in blue. But he still did win us the Champions League, so. 90th minute. No need for extra time. Yeah, just blow the whistle now. Hope this game goes 10 goals. Way too late. John Tolkien crosses in the 90th minute. That's cleared. Why don't you just blow the damn whistle? What's the point? Blow it.
No, they're going to give 6 sub-minutes.
And they give 6 minutes.
I told you, because all the
fouls and injuries.
Scores and injuries and switch out. Yeah.
Yep. Timber holding his arm. Havertz buried us. I think we were buried before that. I don't know what you mean. We were buried before that. Oh, it did hit his hand, though.
It hit his hand.
But that's natural position, I think.
So was...
No, they didn't give the one on
the
Miazga.
first one was sort of, his arm was just right there. It's not like he meant to do it.
But it was more out. Like it wasn't it wasn't in the silhouette. Like it was out from his sides. It wasn't behind his back. It wasn't on his hips. Wasn't in the silhouette.
All right.
That's the problem there. 6 minutes of suffering. Honestly, at this point, you're right. 5 minutes to go. Lol for what? The Vanny reference when he was talking about the silhouette after the handball against the Sounders. I don't know if that. I want to check. Retro Lad, do you call like the natural position silhouette, or was that Vanny being Vanny? Was that an American thing? I like to check. When's the next MLB game you're going to? I don't know. Could be the next Marcus Stroman start in St. Louis, if I know, you know. Could be the next time Toronto plays here. I don't know. Maybe there'll be something that comes up that it's just a random game. Who knows? American thing. I thought so. John Tolkien, cross in. Ooh. That was my guess. I just remember when Vanny was freaking steaming about it. I mean, it made a good point, though. But when the Cubs next play the Cards, I have no idea. I just want to know when Stroman's next start is against the Cardinals. Oh, wait, he could be traded, though. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, I heard the Blue Jays might get Stroman back at the deadline. They may trade for him back at the deadline. I would love that.
Oh,
MLS looking like a dummy. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah. 93rd minute. I'm surprised they haven't scored again. 3 minutes to go.
maybe they're not going to. I guess they want
Toronto Blue Jays. Well, let me put it like this. For baseball teams, the Toronto Blue Jays are first. And then I have the Cardinals, Cubs, Braves, and the NL. And the Mets. So I have like 4 NL teams. Cardinals, Cubs, Braves, and Mets. The Blue Jays are first, though. I have a soft spot for the Mets. Of course, I like the Braves. Of course, I like Cardinals. And I have a soft spot for the Cubs. And Stroman plays for the Cubs, so there you go. Well, Arsenal win the Prem next season. I have them winning the Prem, but they're going to be in a 3-way race with Man City and Liverpool. But I think Arsenal wins out. Shot Christian Pulisic left the Premier League. He was decent. Yeah, lockdown Pulisic. Shot.
Oh.
Honestly, I think Pulisic will be better at Milan, especially if he plays at the 10. So I think it was a good move, to be honest. Over the bar. Is Javinko considered a legend at TFC? Of course he is. Yeah. Probably the best player that ever played for us. If that's not a legend, I don't know what is. To me, if you deserve a statue, you're a legend. I think most people would agree. Javinko deserves a statue. Bradley and Altidore deserve a statue for what they did before the past 3 years. You know? The new Chelsea home kit is stunning. I agree with that. If you want more football, Real Monarchs versus Crystal Palace is on MLS YouTube or Apple Plus for the MLS Next Pro Invitational. Just remember, though, TFC2 beat Chelsea's under-21s on penalties last year. Always remember that. Toronto FC is clear of Chelsea. Henry has a statue at Arsenal, as he should. 1 minute to go. Toronto FC. Always remember, Toronto FC 2 beat Chelsea's U21s on penalties last year. Toronto FC is clear of Chelsea. The classic blue kit with a darker gold. Man United still 4th place. Yeah, Chelsea would finish 5th, I think. They'll get Europa. FC Dallas tied against Inter. What? Really? Oh, don't forget. I was like, they're not playing each other right now. Yeah, don't forget. Chelsea into 11th. Seconds to go. Answer your question. Well, Liga have done better. Liga MX would have done better, to be honest. And there we go. It's full time. 5-0 to the Arsenal. What a shambolic performance from MLS. And that's the end of the All-Star Game. If you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlists. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match. Arsenal wins the All-Star Game 5-0. 5-0 to the Arsenal. MLS did not care at all. Wayne Rooney got super out-tactics by Mikel Arteta. I'm not surprised, but we'll review the game within the hour. It'll be up, and I'll see you then. Jesus, Trossard, Jorginho, Martinelli, and Havertz score the goals. All good goals, to be honest, even the penalty. With that being said, see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Good night.